guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Camilla May. So today we are going to go over what you can do to get to know yourself. I see a lot of people struggling with like being unaware of who they are and having a hard time with figuring that out. So these are some questions that you can ask yourself in order to get to know yourself better so that you can be successful. So here's number one. What activity in your life lights you up with joy? For me, it's I have a son, and he causes a lot of joy for me. I also design clothes, and that causes a lot of joy for me. I like to produce music, and that's something I get a lot of joy out of. Get a lot of joy out of God. Um, and I get a lot of joy in researching and finding answers to my questions. Um, Number two is, what is something you always love doing even when you're tired or being rushed? For me, it would be going to the grocery store. I don't mind grocery shopping. It's like something that I don't mind doing at all, even if I'm like super rushed, or if there's something like like whenever it's crowded. I'm like really good at it now, so I don't mind doing that. Um, Number three is, if you were in a relationship or job, if it makes you unhappy, do you choose to stay or leave? So I'm super headstrong. And so if there was something that made me unhappy, and I couldn't fix it, then I would leave. I would take it as a sign and I wouldn't look back. I would just move forward, because I feel like whenever things are being caused in your job, then it's because you need to close that door so another one can open. Number four is, what do you fear about leaving a bad job or a bad relationship? I don't fear anything. I fear God. And if there were something that I was doing in that relationship that was not beneficial to my health, then I wouldn't mind leaving it anyway. So, but that's just me in general. Um, Number five is, what do you believe is possible for you? Anything, everything. If you have a plan, and like if you have a goal, like my goal is to be a producer. In the next 2 years, I want to be able to produce myself. And I have created a plan, because if you don't have a plan, then you're planning to fail. So I created a plan, and I've set aside time and a lot of time, and I've researched a lot of different digital audio workstations. They call it a DAW, but I've also like been working with one for a while, for like the last year, and so I just feel that if I'm really good at that and I keep on learning and learning, then I'll be able to reach my goal in a few years or so. Um, what have you done in your life that you're most proud of? That's another question you can ask yourself. So for me, I'm super proud that I'm able to raise my son on my own. That's something to be proud of in general as a woman. Another one is, if you could have one single wish granted, what would it be? So I don't believe in wishing. I believe in prayer, and I don't know, other people may be different, but I only believe in prayer. I don't believe in wishes. So I would skip that one. What was the next one? To your best knowledge, how do other people perceive you? I would hope that other people perceive me as, genuine, authentic, original, kind, doesn't take any kind of crap from anyone, will tell you exactly how I'm feeling, blunt, genuine, artistic. That's what I would hope people would see of me. Who is the most important person in your life? So, the most important person in my life is my son. So he's the most important. He's my most important guy in my life. So no one ever takes his place. I got God, and then I got my son. Who is my greatest role model? I have two. I got two great role models. I got a brother and a sister. They're pretty cool. They're great role models. So I definitely look to them for a lot of different things. But I don't hardly ask them for advice because they're my brother and sister, and I just kind of like just watch what they do, and then I just use it as them telling me advice because I have common sense. So I try not to ask too many questions. I'd rather just observe. Um, which is who is a person that you don't like yet you spend time with? Um, that one I can skip because I don't spend a time with people that I don't like. Um, what is something that is true for you no matter what? Uh, the Lord. He's always true no matter what. Um, what is your moral compass in making difficult decisions? If it doesn't line up with the Word of God, don't do it. What is one failure that you have turned into your greatest lesson? Um, I I look at failure as you have to make mistakes in order to figure out what works. So I look at failure as like another step closer to success. I mean, there's so many. I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, I failed at my GED when I first took it. I first took the first two sections and I passed it. Then I failed the math test and then went back and retook it and I passed it. Um, and then I passed the rest of them after that. So it just whenever I don't like if I fail something, it just really I'm the type of person that I'm going to try again and again, and I'm going to keep on trying until something works because I know eventually it will. Um, so what is my next one? What role does gratitude play in your life? That's such a good one. What role does gratitude is such a big deal. If you can't wake up and be like, "Yo, I'm super thankful for like breathing or being able to like brush my teeth or being able to have water to drink." I'm grateful for like little bitty things because I feel like there's so many people that don't have that, and I think sometimes when I get down and I haven't been moving as fast as I'd like to, then I start thinking about the little things that I could be grateful for, and then it just helps more things to be attracted into my life that I can be grateful for. So that's how that works. Um, how do you feel about growing old someday? Um, I think of it like wine. Wine is better when it's aged. Aged. So I think of it like that. Even though I don't drink wine, but wine is better when it's aged. And so is, anything else. I don't drink at all. But how do you feel about your parents? Um, I get along great with my parents. My parents, my mom and dad, I love them both equally. Um, I get along with my mom really well. I get along with my dad really well. My dad watches the ball game, and that's what I watch is the ball game. My mom is more into like God and the Lord, and that's where we relate. So we get along really good. I have a great relationship with both my parents. Um, how is my relationship with money? Money is a tool. Money is a tool. Um, I am getting into this stage in my life right now that I am trying to save every little bit of money that I possibly can because I want to be able to have that discipline in order to apply it later on in life, but I want to learn it now so it's not so hard later. So money right now is I want to be frugal about money and use it as a tool. So that's how I feel about money. Um, what role has formal education played in your life and how do you feel about it? So education A lot of people can take education, I don't know, a lot of people take education as as a joke, and they're like, you don't need education to make money, and it's okay, you probably don't. But a lot of people have that fixed mindset, and they think you have to go to college and you acquire the knowledge and you're able to take your little piece of paper and go apply it to a job and make a set salary and stay within that tax bracket, and you just live like that. Me, I have a growth mindset, so I love learning new things. So I go to college because I want to learn. I want to be able to learn more and more and more and take that knowledge and apply it throughout my life in business, in marketing, in fashion, in producing, all kinds of things. I just want to expand on the knowledge. So I love my education. I really appreciate my education. I have come a long way from where I used to be. So education is very important. Do you believe your destiny is predetermined or in your hands to shape however you wish? I think I think I think both, you know. I think it's predetermined, but it's also in your hands to make it official. I believe that if you don't like what is predetermined, then if you don't know it, I don't know. I guess it's kind of both, a little bit of both. Sometimes I think that destiny is like what you do with your life right now, like how your decisions are going to affect your outcome. Because if you go out there and you do a bunch of drugs and then you end up making more decisions to just keep yourself where you're at, and when your destiny was to be like this super big business executive, and you don't ever reach that because of the decisions you consciously made, then yeah, I guess you shape your own destiny. I guess, like, I think that you determine your own destiny. Like, you have to figure out what you want in order to figure out what your destiny is. So you have to learn how to figure that out. So once you figure out what you want, then you go and make a plan, and then you get it there. That's all. What do you believe is the meaning of your life? The meaning of my life. I think part of it is to become who I'm meant to be, and then I think just be a mom. Meaning of my life is to be a mom to my son, teach him what to do and what not to do, set him up for success, get him where he can take his strengths and like be able to thrive through things that were challenging, you know? I mean, I believe my meaning in my life is like God. I want people to see God through me. Like, you know, I want people to be like, okay, she's not, you know, she doesn't talk, you know, I want them to understand that I'm like, I am a Christian, and I do believe in the Lord, and I believe Jesus Christ was sent here and he saved me and I'm paid for. So there's absolutely no man in this world that could ever possibly have the ability to save me, because I'm already saved. So therefore I have eternal life. So basically I'm just living to live again instead of living to die. That's my self-belief. Hope this helped. Anyway, go through these questions, figure out who you are, learn about who you are, take the time, believe in yourself, believe you can have it, and you'll get it. You'll get it.